Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
Okay, so when that first came out, when his video dropped and he sent it to Miranda Devine at the New York Post, and it was just gonna be, it was red meat, man. It was gonna be the thing. This was the game changer.
Yeah.
Now they, first of all, and Comer had his back for about 48 hours. And now they're like, Agent X. Next week, Agent X, which is a gay Democrat from the IRS, someone that normally Republicans love, that is going to testify. And I'm like, do you realize how badly the Gal Luft reveal had to go for Republicans to put their faith in a gay Democratic IRS agent? I want a time machine just so that I can whisper that into the ear of James Comer like a year and a half ago. Just
right.
Your only hope will be a gay Democrat IRS agent, and just watch him sit up in bed like a jackknife, sweating and screaming. Gal Luft. So for people that don't know,
yeah,
the worst part for the Republicans about Gal Luft is not that he helped the Iranians avoid sanctions by hiding Iranian oil shipments as if they were Brazilian, and was caught on like in multiple email exchanges and in phone calls discussing the scheme in the dumbest and most like crayons and hammer conspiracy level possible. It isn't that he was helping the Chinese dump guns in African conflict zones in one of the biggest, and not the singular most racist, but one of the biggest racist endeavors the CCP has been engaged in over the last decade. This dude was pivotal to this. Not only was he an employee of CEFC, which is the company that apparently just even thinking about doing business with this company makes you an international criminal, because they tried to do a deal with Hunter Biden. He told him to buzz off ultimately. That makes Hunter Biden part of a criminal conspiracy. Meanwhile, this guy was employed by them for 4 years and paid something like $300,000 a year by the CCP, which brings me to the worst part about him for Republicans. Not that stuff. That's already bad.
Yeah.
The worst part is the internet is forever. And Gal Luft has been a low-level, anti-U.S., anti-dollar, pro-China internet gadfly for the better part of the last 12 years. He's been around for 20 years in these think tank businesses, but he's been doing, there's tons, and because of COVID, so many people are on tape now. So many people who might have done a conference someplace like Carter Page's Russian conferences that he did pre-COVID, he's off the hook because Putin didn't allow any cameras there.
Right.
Certainly not backstage. But Gal Luft, he had to do all of his stuff largely remotely. He was coming just into his fore under the Trump administration right as COVID hit. And so there's tons of tape of him not only doing international stuff for the years before, but during 2020 on, talking at all these conferences about not just watching the dollar die, which has been this online thing for a while, but making it die. Actively participating in the destruction of the United States economy. That's this guy's, like, what he's paid for. And the fact that that was the Republicans' big hope in this situation. I'm just excited about next week's hearings. I just have to say, because it's gonna be hard to top it. You know what I mean? We're in we're in Temple of Doom territory right now.
Yes. Well, I mean, they keep calling these hearings, and every time they have a hearing, I mean, we saw it with Christopher Wray this week. Every time they have a hearing, they make things worse for themselves, and I can't get enough of these here. I mean, like, here, let's hear a little bit more of Moskowitz, because I think you'll appreciate what he had to say in clip number 12.
It reads like a 007 movie, this indictment, except they're working with the villain. You know, that's why I've sent a letter to the China Select Committee, the chairman of that committee, to open up into an investigation into what's happening in oversight, because I'm deeply worried about whether the CCP has manipulated the information that's been provided this committee through their foreign agent that they're working with, and the information that they're then providing to the American people. It's also why I've sent a letter to the chairman of Foreign Affairs and the chairman of Homeland Security, because I need to know, and the American people need to know, they have a right to know, whether the indicted foreign agent, the illegal arms salesman who is working within the Iranian regime, who is a supporter of terrorism around the world, that's who they're working with, we need to know whether they have jeopardized homeland security in their search to help Donald Trump in his reelection.
I mean, he's nailing him right there.
Yeah, and it's the interesting thing is, again, this is wiffle ball to a certain extent, because this is the biggest, dumbest rake the Republicans have stepped on in this entire ridiculous process. Yesterday, last night, or might have come up this morning, but one of them was saying that they interviewed these witnesses or whatever for 15 hours, and they said, and we've got to get to the facts. And I was like, do you realize the self-own in what you just said? You have interviewed these people for 15 hours, and you have no facts. You
Correct.
literally just have all the bank records. You've had the 9 different versions of the Hunter Biden laptop that have been floating around since it was discovered at Keith Ablow's house before he was busted at and kicked off of Fox News for drugging and having sex with his unconscious patients. That's great.
Wow,
great hiring practices over there at Fox. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That was
Keith
the original
Abloh, I remember.
plan.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that was the original plan. The original Hunter Biden laptop story was supposed to be that there was a laptop found there, and then all these details were supposed to come from that, because Rudy bought a hard drive when he was in Ukraine from Russians that were trying to undermine the government before the big attack. Mm-hmm. And so Rudy was participating in that business. And at the same time, right around that same zone, this is when Gal Luft is meeting with these people from the DOJ in Brussels, who were also sent on these expeditions, if you'll recall, with Rudy Giuliani to find dirt on the Bidens, because he was the only person Trump feared running against.
Right.
And like, the amazing part, I mean, it's all amazing
Yes.
at this point. But the fact that they have all this, the entirety of what was on that hard drive is available online. They posted it online. It's been up for years now. They have all of the Biden's bank records. It's not like nobody is even making an accusation. The Bidens have a secret mansion somewhere like Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Or something like nobody. So my big question, I have a couple of them, and maybe you guys can help me answer these. They've been driving me crazy. Is one, if adrenochrome makes you younger, why does Bill Gates look like crap? And two, what did the Chinese get in exchange for all the money that Hunter and Joe and James and Shemp and Zeppo Biden got from them? Because at this point, it's starting to look like the Bidens have been rolling our enemies. At the worst, what they're doing is scamming our enemies out of money, which I think they should get a medal for. If any of this turns out to be true, that the money came in, our enemies got nothing in exchange. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so
No,
I'm flabbergasted every day.
No, it is incredible. And like you said, that the fact they put their faith in this Gal Luft character. I mean, did you hear McCarthy yesterday when he was asked about this?
No.
Oh,
no.
Clip number 18.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Here we go.
What do you say about the informant who was indicted by the Justice Department on this suspected trafficking issue that Comer has promoted as an informant in the Biden investigation? Does that undermine the case at all?
No, it wouldn't undermine the case, because if you extrapolate that even further, the Justice Department went after him. Well, Hunter Biden received more money from the same foreign CEFC company that this informant did, much more. So it only made the case stronger that the government really didn't look into Hunter Biden.
Okay, all right. Again,
Trying to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Good Lord. The entire case is predicated on the idea that anybody who would even start making a deal with CEFC is a criminal suspect and an awful person and a multinational, Dr. Evil level villain.
Yeah.
But this guy worked there for 4 years and was paid by the CCP directly before and after his work there.
Yes.
Okay, an employee is better than the mark they were trying to rope in. Right. Keep in mind, the reason the CEFC deal did not go through, and why they got money, which was basically a sorry for wasting your time payment that Rob Walker got, because they were basically like, look, if we're wasting your time, we'll put $3 million in an account. If we're wasting your time, that money is yours. And so they go, okay, yeah. And part of the agreement was you guys have to set up a U.S. subsidiary, an American company that is subject to American laws, because part of the emails that came out that alleged all this nonsense said that one of the reasons Hunter Biden balked at the deal was because he didn't want to violate FARA.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not working for a foreign company. They have to set up a business in the United States or I'm out. And at one point, it seems, in the WhatsApp messages, I don't even buy that they're real. But if you actually believe that they're real as he says them, apparently his complaint is these guys are refusing to set up a business inside the United States, again, subject to U.S. laws, and he's sort of waking up to the idea that this is there's a fish hook in this worm, and this isn't just an international business deal. These folks are pulling something over on him. What are now former business partners, Bob Alinsky and the rest of them, are engaged in what the Republicans accuse Hunter Biden of doing. Bob Alinsky was engaged. He was the guy making promises that Joe Biden would be a part of this. Those are his emails.
Yeah.
Eventually, that led Hunter Biden to cut bait, and the CEFC deal, did not happen because they would not abide by U.S. law.
That's all there's to it.
Yeah.
No, it's and you know it's going to be fun to watch them like try to ride this thing down to the ground. I have no idea how far they're going to go with this, but
at some point it looks like they're throwing Comer to the Sharks. Jim Jordan, like, while he'll run these committees and he definitely gets political weight from having these committee hearings, and you can see him shape what he's saying for his constituents and to make him look like a power broker within the Republican Party. He's letting Comer say all the stupid, unverifiable garbage. Comer is on he's volunteering to be thrown under the bus. He's the Devin Nunes of this whole mess. That's what they had with Devin Nunes.
Does he know it, though? Does he know that he's the Devin Nunes? Does he know that he's being thrown to the wolves?
I think he's waking up to it.
Okay.
I think it's because he's getting so much pushback on Fox and Newsmax and on these shows.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That and obviously, like, people like Rob Schmidt or whatever are just helping him sell it, and they know it poorly. But anybody else who has an actual show is going, I don't know. But are we going to see it? Like, even Maria Bartiromo. Look at the clips of Maria Bartiromo. Yeah. She is
she will believe anything you tell her.
Yes, she's one of the most gullible people on television, and even she's like, "What? I don't know."
When you've lost Maria,
when you've lost Maria, you've lost.
You've really lost.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it's also Blair Witch territory, because I think you're all lost.